Lunchly was a brand of food that was widely recognized by its huge content creators such as Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, and KSI. But as it soon arrived, Lunchly widely disappeared from shelves, leaving behind a story of big dreams and even bigger mistakes.
Double the amount of liquid. Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar. Our pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product.
Alright, we'll start off with the lunch. Bro, I'm sorry. Alright, now we're trying Lunchly. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better. Fiesta Nacho. 22 grams of sugar.
Now, if you don't know what Lunchly is, it's essentially a blatant ripoff of Lunchables, which are quick meals for kids that you could buy at stores. After hearing this though, you might be thinking, why not just buy Lunchables at that point? And you're absolutely correct, because that's exactly what most of the public was thinking at the time. Lunchly was quickly labeled as a ripoff of Lunchables and received massive backlash. You might assume after the initial criticism, things might settle down for a bit, but that's when the situation took an even worse turn. Lunchly launched on September 16, 2024, and initially did well in its first few days of sales. However, after a short amount of time, people began to see its flaws. Reports started pouring in about moldy cheese being found in some of the packaging, which led to major health code violations. When the news broke, public outrage only grew. Luckily, I was able to speak to one of these very few people who received moldy food in their Lunchly. All right, Mario, thank you for coming here for this documentary. I want to ask you a couple questions. First one being, have you ever tried Lunchlys, and how was your experience with eating Lunchlys?
Honestly, I did buy some Lunchlys because I was like, you know what? I liked Lunchables as a kid. I might as well, I'll see what the difference is. And literally the first one I opened, it was the pizza one. First one I opened, there was mold on the cheese. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to eat that?
And what was your thought about Lunchly as a company as a whole after you received mold in your box?
Well, obviously it went down because it was like, why is there mold? I feel like they took out the preservation so that way it can be like pure.
Now, this was something I haven't heard before. I never knew that the preservations was the cause of the mold being on the cheese. So I did some digging, and it turns out that Mario was correct about this all along. But in the end, nothing excuses what Lunchly did with its food. It was a ripoff and failed to deliver on its promises. It tried to improve on something that already existed but failed miserably. Maybe someday, another brand will rise to the challenge. But for now, Lunchables remains the king. And Lunchly? Well, it's another footnote in snack history.